Hi everyone, it's Barry here from Mitosu, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based here in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me for another Fun Fold Friday video tutorial. For today's video, I'm going to be using the Merriest Moments stamp set, along with the Some of the Merriest Moments frames, so just to cut a little bit of interest out on some of the details and the sentiment. I'm going to be using the Stitched So Sweetly dies. And I'm going to be using some soft succulent evening evergreen crumb cake, and cherry cobbler inks. The designer series paper which I'm using is going to be the Painted Christmas designer series paper, which is this lovely 12 by 12 paper pack. So I'm going to just quickly show you what you get here. You get 2 of each design. So you get this one and that pattern. You get that one. That one there, it's really nice. It's really nice and Christmassy, but obviously I quite like because there's a lot of green in it as well, so it doesn't necessarily mean, obviously these ones are a bit more Christmassy because you've got the red in it, but some of them don't necessarily need to be Christmas. Like that one there, you can get away with that one at any time of the year, I think, as well. So I like a bit of designer series paper which is versatile throughout the year. That one there definitely isn't Christmas, but can be used for Christmas or any time. This one obviously just screams Christmas to you, doesn't it? And that one right there. So that's the paper pack which you can get, or which I'm going to be using, and that's called the Painted Christmas 12 by 12 Designer Series paper pack. And this is the design I'm going to be using today to make a Christmas gift card. Or a gift. What am I trying to say? It's a gift card holder. So something we can pop a little gift card in, and it just presents it nice. It makes it look nice. So you're going to need a whole sheet of 12 by 12 for this one right here. So remember, anything you see us using can be purchased from us via our online shop. So if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Netherlands or Austria, links to our online shop can be found down below in the description, as well as anything else we feel you may find useful. So there's some other links down there as well. You'll also find links to the supplies which we've used as well. So there's a list of supplies down there. So if you want to check out some of the things which we have unsure of what we've used, it would all be down below as well. Please remember to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button somewhere over here if you have enjoyed or are enjoying what you see. Remember, we go live twice a week on a Wednesday and a Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time, and 6 p.m. we do this video for you on a Friday. So anyway, I'm going to crack on now, so sit back, relax, enjoy, and I will show you how to make what we're calling it. Well, I'm going to call it a pocket napkin fold card. Okay, so enjoy, let's crack on. So what we're going to need to do is you're going to need to take a paper trimmer. Now I did try and do this with a scoreboard, but I found it easier to work it with a trimmer because I was able to get the 1/16 of an inch, which is what I need for this. Okay, I need to be a little bit more precise. I am going to be working in inches. Again, I will convert over to centimeters, and links to that can be found down below. Okay, but for this demonstration, I'm going to be doing this in inches. So you will need a whole sheet of 12 by 12 paper. Okay, so pick one which you like and pick one which you like both sides of, because both sides are going to show off. But the one which you like the most, make sure that's going to be your most prominent side. And what we need to do is we need to fold this in half. So when you're folding it in half as well, also think about the orientation. So if I fold it this way, the card is going to be up like that. Or if I fold it in half that way, I've got the correct I feel like I've got the correct orientation on this one here. So just again, look at how you want it to be. You want it to be folded in half, so that as you're looking at it like that, everything is looking, or is pleasing to the eye and correct. Okay, so first things first, you want to score this at 6 inches. So we're just scoring this at 6 inches, and then we want to then fold this in half. So use your bone folder for this as well. So just get that nice, and just get your lines nice and crisp. Okay, then we're going to then pop this into our trimmer. Okay, so we want to now just do some scoring. So it's quite a chunky card because you're using a whole 12 by 12 and we're folding up, so it's a bit of origami going on here as well. So we want to score this at, so this is with the flap, isn't it? The opening is now at the top. We want to score this at 1.5 inches, and push quite hard as you're doing this as well. because you're going through double layers of paper, and do it a couple of times to really get that score line going. So that's 1.5 inches, 4 7/16. Six and 13/16. And 9 1/16. Okay, so that's all your scoring done. So let's go through that again. So that was at what? So the opening is at the top here. So 1.5, 4 7/16, 6 13/16, and 9 1/16. Okay. We are done with the trimmer for the time being. Then what we want to do is we want to then open this out, and then this side here, I want to then fold this over so it basically lines up with that score line at the half, just where we scored it at 6, and just fold it in. So there's no real measurements to this. This is just eyeballing this one. So I'm just bringing it over so it lines up with that line at the bottom, and then I'll just crease this. Okay, so that's that. And then this one, we want to do the same, but we're not going to go down as low. So we're going to go down and bring this to around about 1/2 inch off from the bottom. And then we can then bring that over, get that nice and straight up against here, and then fold this over like that. And then crease that down. And then we can then fold and burnish that one. So this is quite a chunky card because you're using a whole sheet, but we can, if you want to, you can cut some away later on. So what you've done is you created this little napkin here, or this little pleat going on right here. Okay, so that's that one. Before I carry on with the rest of that one now, I'm going to get the decorations ready so it can then go, and then once I then fold it all together, it's all ready. So that's, get that part done, and then let's move on to some decoration. So I'm just going to do some stamping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out my soft succulent, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, and Eden evergreen, and I'm just going to stamp myself some bits here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp my flower in the cherry cobbler. And it goes down like that. I'm going to stamp my centerpiece in crumb cake. That one there. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp some of the leaves here in these soft succulents. So I'm going to go with one of the larger ones and 2 of the smaller ones here. And these are all going to get die cut out in a second. So that's our first lot done. Then I am going to stamp these 3 here. So this is the 3 petals, three petals, 3 leaves, some leaves, foliage, and I'm going to do that in the evening evergreen. So I put these all onto one stamp, that's fine. Ink that all up. And then I can then just pop those down like that, and then they can then get die cut out as well. And then one more thing is I need the sentiments. And I'm going to be doing that in cherry cobbler as well. So I'm going to be using the A Joyful Christmas to You and Yours, and use this as a bit of scrap which I've got. Okay, so that's all of those pieces done. And then once you've got all of your stamping done, just go ahead and die cut out. So these ones here have got their dedicated dies which will die cut this one out. For this one here, what I'm using is I'm using the Stitched So Sweetly dies. And I'm going to use this one here, which is then going to then cut that one out like that there. So I'm just going to run all of these through our die cutter machine right now, and then I will be back with you in a second with all of the cut elements. Okay, so that's all of those pieces then cut out for you like so. All right, so we've got those ready for the decoration part of our project. So just push these to one side for a moment, and then we can then bring this back in again right here. So with the folding, so you've already done the folding in half, you've already done the score lines, and then we've folded this one in all the way down to the score line and then up, folded and burnished, and then folded this one over, so it's around about 1/2 inch off from the bottom to give you that one there. So that's where you should be already with this one. Then what we want to do is we then want to then fold this over on that one here. So we're this, which is the second score line in from the right hand side. Fold that one over and then fold and burnish. All right, and then fold this one back on itself and then fold and burnish. If necessary, you can just open this up just to give yourself a better surface to burnish. Okay, so that's that one. And then this one here then folds over on itself like that. And again, open it up, and then you can then fold and burnish on a more of a solid surface. Fold over like that, and then that one there, just need to just manipulate it a little bit. And then this one here then just goes over like so. And then just manipulate that round. And then, so that goes round and tucks in. It's a little bit short of that score line actually, so but the score line there is just to help you out. And then that goes in, and then that tucks in. It says like that at the back, and there you have a napkin fold. So you've got a piece of basic white here, which is measuring 2 3/4 by 5 7/8, and this basically can then pop in like this. But with how it stands at the moment, it comes through. You can use the pocket one here, which is fine, but I felt that just covered up the whole design. So I'm going to create another pleat in this, but what you need to do is you need to create this part first to know where you want to put your next fold. So get this file, grab yourself a pen and a ruler, or something which is erasable at least, and this is one of the erasable pens. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to decide what gap I want here, and I'm just going to draw a line here and here. So I'm happy with my gap which I've got here, and so I just need it at the end so I can see it. Then we can then open this up again, and then on this one right on this side here, we can then fold this back on itself, and then fold it back so it lines up with those pencil lines. So use those as your guide, and keep the pencil lines this side of it so you don't have to erase it. So if you've used a pen which you can't erase, not a problem, just keep the pencil lines or the pen lines this side, then it won't be an issue. Okay, and then fold that down and burnish, and then that there is actually created another pocket for you. So we go back over, fold that one over, we can then fold over, fold over, fold over, and fold over, and there you have created your third pocket, which then that one can then sit in up here, and doesn't come out the bottom, and then you can still see these lovely pleats which you've then put in over here. So that's that one. The idea is when it's presented, it can then still stand up, so at least it can be displayed on the counter as well. So most gift cards you can't, obviously. I think that's just a nice way of displaying it. So that's that one. What we just need to do now is some decoration. So I have got my bits right here. I'm going to use my elements here. I've also got myself some of the Cherry Cobbler Gold ribbon, this one. So I'm going to be using that one. And I've got myself a piece here, which is measuring, well, this is bigger than I need it to be, so you could probably get away with about an 8-inch, but I've got myself about a 10-inch piece here. Then I'm going to cut a little bit away. All right, so I've also got myself the detailed trio punch. So I'm just going to round off some of these corners. And I'm going to pop a tag hole in that part there, just so that creates a tag suitable for my ribbon to go through later on. So that's my tag part done. So remember, this is 2 3/4 by 5 7/8. Pop that to one side. I'm going to grab myself some dimensionals and I'm going to pop these on the back of this sentiment. Let's use some of the large ones. Pop some of these on the back here. Like that. And then I'm going to then stick that on the front right here. And then I'm going to use some of these elements which I've done. So I'm going to have one piece going there and one piece going there. See, it gets all a little bit, or I can go with one piece over there so it goes onto the red a little bit more, and then one piece over like this. So I'm going to use a little bit of glue just to attach these just to this part of this sentiment. So it's pretty much the only time you're going to need glue for this project. So pop that there, and the same thing down here as well. A little bit of glue on those corner parts, just to allow this to get stuck like that. So there is our decoration. Remember, this still opens up and is still independent, so it's not going to interfere with any of this whatsoever. All right, and then to decorate this part, we can then pop this in here, and we're going to use these, the flower, the poinsettia, which we've got, which is going to go here. I may not use this piece, but I know I'm definitely going to be using these ones here, and I'm going to want to pop these in and kind of make like a little bit of a flower arrangement underneath. This, like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick all of those together, just to kind of make myself like a little bit of an arrangement, and then I will then stick that to that envelope, or to that piece of basic white. So there we have it. So once you've got that part then, which is all just stuck together like so, you can then go ahead and we can then pop that on some dimensionals again as well, I reckon. I think that would look nice on some dimensionals on the back here. We can then stick that onto this one. So get that in position down there, and then stick that on the part which is showing. So then that just adds some nice interest to that top part. And then with the ribbon, we will take that one out. We can then feed this through. So feed the two, fold it in half, feed the two together, and then wrap it back on itself, and then pull that, like that. All right, and then you can then just tidy off your ribbon here at the end. So that's the reason I like to leave a little bit of excess, I've left a little bit too much excess, but we can then snip that off like that. And then that hopefully then indicates to the person that they've got to pull something out. And then what you can do is you can then, let's just show you, because this is the one which I made Jay for his birthday. And you can then, if you've got like a gift card, that then can sit, if you pop that, kind of like, I popped it towards the bottom left a little bit more, like so. And that way when it's inside, it's just peeking out just here. So if you've got another one which has got a nice decoration on it, that's just going to peek out as well. And that there is my pocket napkin fold card with decoration, which is suitable to stand up on display for anyone as well. So that's that. Really simple. It's really simple to make. It was actually inspired by from our holiday, actually, from a napkin fold. So on the tables on the restaurant, they had these, and they had the cutlery and the knives and the forks all tucked in like that. And I thought to myself, make a perfect card. And I created it. So this is approximately, well, it's 6 inches. We know that one because it's half of a 12 by 12, so 6 inches by, it's 3 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so that's the style which it is. And then it just pops out to reveal your gift card. And I think that works absolutely perfectly. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions, please do contact us, or please share any of your other variations if you do make this as well with your designs. We would love to see what you create. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Fun Fold Friday then, and yes, any requests, please email us, barryandjay@mitosucrafts.com. If you'd like to see any specific folds, I will do my best to get them done for you. Remember, you can shop with us, links down below in the description if you like anything you have seen. And yes, with that in mind, I will say good night or good day. I'll see you again next Friday, same time, same place. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye-bye. Bye.